right! No, that's weird. Hey up, I'm Tom. Today we're going to be making spicy cauliflower Bakura burgers from Twisted a Cookbook, out in April 2020, but available for pre-order right now. Let's go get them! So the first thing we're going to do is break down our cauliflower. So I'm just going to clack off the green bits. So you want to get like thinnish slices here. And we're going to pour over the contents of a just boiled kettle. And that's going to kind of take the rawness out of the cauliflower. And you can add a bunch of salt to this as well. And then he can sit over there while I crack on with my onions. So this is one of 8 recipes from Meat Free Monday, which is the first chapter of the first half of the book. And half the book is devoted to social occasions. And it drives me absolutely nuts when people say that vegan food or veggie food is really boring. It's not, although bean burgers are really boring. This is why this is a better option. Every time I go back to Birmingham to see my mum, the first thing I want to do, because it's generally on a Friday night, is go to Haweli, which is a Kashmiri restaurant on the Hagley Road, and they do really good cauliflower pakoras. They're really spicy, they're a bit greasy, but that's exactly what you want with a pint of Cobra. These guys take inspiration from that. So that's my onions ready. I'm gonna put my wet stuff. It's like we're baking, we've got wet stuff and dry stuff in this recipe. Onions have moisture in them, so they're gonna be wet. In they go. So now we're gonna drain this over a sink, preferably, and then that can just sit in a bowl and cool down while I get on with my dry stuff, which I've already mentioned. So the dry stuff begins with gram flour, which is chickpea flour. This is where it gets really delicious. So we've got some coriander seeds. These guys have like an orange floral note, but they're also really good for texture. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put a few of them in whole, which you're thinking is a bit mad. But when you get a crunch of one of those in the whole burger, you're gonna enjoy it. And then the rest we're gonna kind of bash up a little bit. Not a huge amount. Okay, so in they go. We've also got some cumin seeds. Again, we kind of want those whole. They're also for texture. In. Kashmiri chili powder. This is not your average chili powder. It's quite hard to find. Best thing I like to do is to buy whole Kashmiri chilies, which are actually, well, way cheaper, but also much easier to find. I've ground some up at home just for this. What's this one? Cumin powder. That's boring, we know about that one. Same goes for turmeric, classic, good for colour as well. Here we've got some ajwain seeds. So these add like a kind of medicinal, savoury funk to the pakora. Okay, that's in there. Don't need much of that. Yum. And then something else I bought from home, garam masala. Do make your own, it really makes the difference. In he goes. We're also going to get some baking powder in there. That's to help the batter, when it hits the oil, go like, which is delicious. So I'm just going to give that a mix. No, I need to put my salt in first. Quite a lot of salt. Remember, there's going to be some batter left in the bowl, so don't worry if it looks like a lot. You need it if you want the pakoras to taste good. And you know what? You only live once, so just do it. Where's my whisk? Did I even get a whisk out? I'm going to use this. There we go. Not what it was intended for, but no less useful. It's basically a whisk, isn't it? Ah, mucky pup, as my grandma used to say. How's he doing? He's fine. He's good. Do you? Cool. And into the wet zone, we've got some green chilies. If you don't like spicy stuff, just leave it out. If you do, put it in. If you like it a lot, put 2 in. That's basically where I stand on this. On these? On this? That's where I stand on this. And again, kind of like the same thickness as the onion. Everything's frying at the same time. It's all bound together as one. So you kind of want to think about the thickness of everything. Otherwise, you're going to end up with some stuff that's cooked or burnt, some stuff that's really, really soft and flabby. Don't do it. So I've got some coriander here. Be really rough with this. Thwack everything up. Put some mint in there, if you like. Finally, these guys, the first time I smelt curry leaves was like this, so cheesy, but I was like, I want to do cooking because they're just so amazing. Slam them in. So that is all of my wets. Again, all you need is two things, wet and dry, and then you can make some amazing pakoras. But there's one thing that's missing, of course, which is water. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our dry mix into our wet mix, and then we just want to toss this. And the idea here is you want to coat everything in the bowl with a little bit of the flour. Make sure all of the spices are fully distributed through all the mix. Every single pakora is going to taste exactly the same, and every single one is going to taste really nice. Cool. You can use any sparkling water, but I'm using water from Wales. All best things come from Wales. So we need 350 mils. Use your hands for this. That's the tool that you're going to be using to drop these into the fryer. You don't have to, but it's really good to add a little bit of space in between your pakora as you're dropping it in. So I'd recommend using your hand. Obviously, you've got to be careful. So I'm happy that everything's distributed here. Be confident, be brave, clench fists. As you drop it in, you want to kind of let it go between your hands. And that's going to give you a really big surface area. You want it to be really wide. He looks pretty good. I'm going to get another one in there. So it's going to fry for about 6 to 8 minutes. Keep turning it. Keep an eye on it. When it looks nice and like burnt umber, it's good to go. It's not just about shuffling out different ingredients and putting a twist on a classic. It's also about having fun with the way you serve your food. And if your pakora looks like a massive crab, then you're probably having a good time, aren't you? So that's the last of my pakoras. I've got enough for like 10 people there, but they're so delicious, you'll probably eat 2, so I've got enough for 5 people there. So these are going to come over to the side, but first we're going to make some sauces. These sauces are both from the book as well. We have a whole section devoted to Indian food called Curry Night, and this is just one of the recipes from there. It's a roasted cumin and green chili raita. I'm going to add some mayonnaise to that because that's just how I'm feeling today. But in the original recipe, there's some salted grated cucumber, and you just tip over the contents of that, and it's a really delicious, calming, yogurty presence at the center of any Indian meal. It's really good if you don't like spicy food too much, helps cool everything down. As I said, I'm going to make it burger style today, adding some mayo, but here we also have our fried chicken burger sauce, which is 3 ingredients: Mr. Naga, best chili pickle in the world, mayonnaise and ketchup. Winning. Really good with these burgers as well. Cool, so that's ready. We're going to waz the sauce. It's a dirty time to be alive. Okay, give that a mix. Okay, sauce is complete. We've got some buns here. These buns are also from the book. They're completely amazing. Based on Martin's potato rolls in America. They're turmeric potato rolls. They're really nice. But let's build one. So I'm going to double the sauce. Why not? Well, like absolutely bucket loads of shredded lettuce. We're going to go with some tomatoes. I like these ones. Just one for me. No, I'm going to go another one. Fine. And then, got to be this guy. He's my friend. Oh, my days. Bit of chutters. That is the real deal. I'm going to eat it now. Incredible. You've got to make it.
Давайте я man.
All right, troopers, that is spicy cauliflower Bakura burgers wrapped up in a bun. I hope you enjoyed it. There are so many other recipes like that in the book that we have spent a year writing and perfecting and making sure they're like A-OK for you guys. So go out there, pre-order a copy, and we love you.